Please don't let idols get in the way of your abundance of sustenance, abundance of love, and abundance of happiness. Rabbi Abe here from rabbieabe.com, and I want to share consciousness with you that will help you open up the gates that will allow you to draw more abundance of any sort, especially in those areas where it may be blocked. Leave the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And please remember, I am still offering 30-minute free consultations with myself personally. Just go to rabbieabe.com and you can schedule over there. So let's talk about it. You know, there's a concept of idols. The ancient wisdom of the mystics in the Kabbalah explained there's a principle of idols in the cosmic code that we call the Bible. Now, what is an idol? You have to remember that ancient people were not stupid people, okay? They were very highly sophisticated spiritually. And they knew that there is an energy in the universe that feeds everything. You know, Abraham, the patriarch, understood things from a perspective of one. One. What's the meaning of one? One source, codename God, God, but again, there are different corruptions of that word, so we don't necessarily use that word, but we use energy or light, an ever-pervasive and endless light, a spiritual light that fulfills everything. So Abraham explained that there is one source. However, the one source feeds everything else. Now that's an important principle to remember. Why? Because when we become confused and think the effect is the cause, we disconnect. And I'll give you an example what I mean. So let's say a person loves a suit of clothing. Okay? I really love this shirt. Now, he or she needs to remember that the energy or the fulfillment that I feel from that shirt has a source. And the source is not the shirt. The source is the energy force of creation, the light force of God, but it feeds the shirt. Now, when I focus too much on the shirt, I lose a connection with the source. I hope this is understood. That is true with everything. If you love or connect too much with a physical thing, whether it's money, whether it's people, whether it's situations, and you forget that there's a source, you disconnect from the source because you forget about it. And you connect to the physical object or whatever is happening at the moment. And again, that has a limited shelf life. So if you're the kind of person that, is that other people's opinions, let's say, are too important to you, what they think of you, you've created an idol. Who did you make an idol? You made them the source of your energy. You may have made them the source of your happiness. You may have made them, maybe they're an employer, you may have made them the source of your abundance, or your clients even. It's a mistake. Because again, the moment we focus on the effect of the energy, we disconnect from the source of the energy. And we want to be connected to the source of the energy at all times. You know, we have things in our life that we might especially like, physical things. There's people in our life that we particularly like or love. There are certain emotional states even that we tend to, put a little too much gravity to. Again, when we lose sight of the cause and we become too involved with the effect and too focused on the effect, we create a disconnect. And I hope this is clear. We have the tendency, and we all do it, we have the tendency to make other gods. In fact, that's one of the commandments. Don't have any other gods before you. And what does that even mean? Is it something, we're going to worship to a little idol? No, of course not. We create the idols by putting too much focus and allow other things, even our own emotions, other people's opinions about us, fears, you name it. We allow them to control our life, our behavior, and our happiness. And that is a great disconnect from the source. More than that, it creates blockages. So if we put too much focus on a client or even on a job, it may very well block us from the source of the sustenance. Now, why would it do that? Why would it block us from money? And I'll tell you. Because sometimes it happens in life that you've grown, let's say, and you need to change what you're doing. But you're stuck to the particular thing that you're doing. Now, the force, the creator force, wants to be revealed to you, perhaps in another way, through another vehicle. Might be through another person. But if you're stuck to it, then the creative force cannot give you energy through the other situation, object, thing, because you were too stuck to that. I'll give you a more graphic example, in fact. I have met people, many people along the way, that have lost a loved one. And they became too focused on their loss and too focused on the physical person themselves. Now, we all know, or we should know, that even us, physically living in this world, we are not the source of energy. We have a soul. Each one of us have an energy source, and that energy source is fed through our soul. That's the word we call it. And our soul is the manifestation of us. That's our energy, that's our consciousness, that's who we are. We are not our body, we are our spirit within the body. And that's what we all connect to in each other, whether we're aware of it, we're not aware of it. We don't, connect to the physical body. Oh, I love your ear. Oh, I love your fingernail. I mean, even though we speak that way, we certainly can like, and admire certain parts for different reasons. But that's not who we're talking to. Who do you talk to? The nails of a person? The hand of a person? Or do you talk to them? And who are they? They are their soul. Well, again, sometimes there's a death in the family, and a person can get stuck on the physical body of the person. Now, that's a problem, okay? And I can't go into all the issues that are associated with that, but I can tell you about one very obvious one. When you get stuck to the body of the person because you think that that's who they are and you're going to miss them, you disconnect from the spirit of the body of that person and the consciousness of that individual, which lives on. No question about that. It lives on and continues. But if you're stuck to the body, it's going to be difficult for you to connect to another level of them, even a higher level of them, because they are no longer limited by their body. Now, there are other issues attached to that. You may be holding them back as well, and so on. I don't want to get into that area. But again, when we get stuck on the physical things, we get stuck on a physical job, we get stuck on the physicality. Sometimes things need to change. People come and go. This is part of life. Yes, there's something called death, but the soul does live on. And if we're able to make a connection to the consciousness of the person, we can stay connected to them on another level. And so too it is with everything else in our life. We have to be cognizant to be connected to the source of its energy and not it, because it is limited. Whatever it is, even my happiness, I'm so happy and I need to be happy. Well, you have to let your happiness go, believe it or not. If you want to stay happy, you have to be willing to let it go and share it with other people. If you want to keep it for yourself, your happiness, I guarantee you, you're not going to be happy for long. It's going to wane. Maybe, it takes a day or a week. Because again, we cannot hold on to things, but we can cause things to be a channel of endless energy for us. And then they may be revealed through this, through that, through him, through her, through that, or the other thing. Doesn't matter. Because the connection is only with the source of the light, the source of the energy, and not the effect. The effect is only to use temporarily, to enjoy from, to receive pleasure from. That's why we have it in our life. But it may come and go. It may change. It may evolve. We also grow. Things change. One thing never, ever changes, and that is the source of energy of all things, which is only the force of the Creator. Be blessed, everyone. Remember to give the video a thumbs up. Go to RabbiAbe.com if you would like to schedule 30 minutes with me, and I'll see you over there. All the best.